The final 2 weeks of the regular season are upon us, and off we go on EA Sports. This returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jaleel McLaughlin. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defense with a statement on the game's first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Back to throw. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On now for 4th down, Trenton Gill will punt it away. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Corum. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey, 10.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. That one is caught by Quez Watkins. Will score. Touchdown, Steelers. That is 16th touchdown of the year. Chris Boswell on for the point after. It's up and good. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the ground, McLaughlin. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. The motion man is Raymond. This one taken in by Reynolds. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
A run here. It's McLaughlin. Gets to the edge at the 30. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. They'll run it here. It is the rookie from Tennessee. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's McLaughlin.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he's in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. First and 10.
Easy. Here we go.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Micah Parsons, too tough to stop, gets in to bring him down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
That's brought in right side by Pickens. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
17 yards on that connection. That's a Steeler 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Here's a handoff to Cora. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. 2nd down and 3.
Right.
They'll stay on the ground with Quorum. Now, flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty.
Right.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Fields. He'll air this one out for Watkins. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Right.
Now, Fields. He's got it at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. And 17 for the season. On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the Steelers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run. This is McLaughlin. And that's not going to yield a whole lot. Up to about the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Reynolds, their tight end, is the one in motion. So after 1, it's the Steelers with the early lead. And we're back to the Steel City after this. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. This pass right side, caught by Lamb. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll drop to throw. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
third down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Tonight.
They go play action with Fields. This one complete to Washington. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
On 1st and 10, Fields. He'll air this one out for Watkins. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
That is caught downfield by Pickens. That pickup good for 29 yards.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. 31 yards.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
On the zone read, a hand here to Cora. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
Go, John. Ready? Test. Punch right. Tonight.
Fields now. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Cavante Turpin on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drop. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. That's caught. Down the field is Reynolds. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down. Now they'll set up to throw. To the left side, caught by Lamb.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, He's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Checking it down, this one is caught. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. And he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on fourth down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on fourth down.
They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
That's made by Pickens. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Set.
Fields now to throw on first down. It's into the hands of Pickens once again. And he will get into the end zone. George Pickens. Touchdown Steelers. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Here we go. Set.
Back to throw. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. But somehow it comes right back to him. Oh, man. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. Third down and 9. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Here's Trenton Gill now, as he is on to punt for Dallas. Oh, how about about the coverage there? Met and dropped before he can get a return going.
Here we go.
First down. Fields. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. As the clock stops, 50 seconds to play until halftime. Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
Here we go, son. Hey, Ken. Sit high.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack, second down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in third and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Atwell sent in motion here. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Returnable from the 17. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line.
Hey, 551. Here we go.
A 1st down throw for Fields. This one downfield for Okonkwo. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30.
Here we go, side. West, right, sit. Right.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Down the field, he's got his tight end Okonkwo. Down the right sideline. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10. It's first and goal. A big one there to start the second half. 61 yards.
Here we go.
So after the big play to start, now we have first and goal.
Right.
Here's a run. He'll get a yard or two to the 8. Second and goal.
Here we go, side.
Second and goal.
Right.
They'll go with him again. And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season.
Here we go. Tonight.
Now a handoff to the tight end in the running game. And he will power his way into the end zone. Darnell Washington. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Turpin. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. A run now with McLaughlin. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. This one complete to Atwell. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
You don't want to make a living off of making these kind of throws, Mike. It's one thing to throw into tight coverage, but it's another thing to throw into tight double coverage. And while the quarterback gets away with one here, I don't think you want to make a living doing it.
They'll look to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. They are not having success on defense. That play picks up 19 yards. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And he will score. 2-2 Atwell. Touchdown, Cowboys.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. On for the PAT is Aubrey. The kick is good. The Cowboys are able to cut into the deficit. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
Don't jump. Ready?
On the ground, it's Corum to start the drive. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Here we go, son. Up. Set.
Fields. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
A loss of 13 yards brings up third down.
Here we go.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Set high.
Here's Fields. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. Steelers getting ready to put this one away, as he's standing right around his own goal line. This will be returned from just beyond midfield. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. A quick toss into the hands of Lamb.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now a give up the middle. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Reynolds, their tight end, is the one in motion. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And he's going to have a Cowboys 1st down. They pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. The gain is 18.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
He'll drop to throw. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll look to throw yet again. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That one taken in. Jaleel McLaughlin. Touchdown, Dallas.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
Here we go. Go.
They'll start this on the ground with Corum. Not much room to operate there. He'll get only to about the 24. Second down, it's Fields. He'll let this go for Pickens. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field.
So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. Back to throw here to begin the drop. A quick throw that's complete on the slant. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. They'll run here. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
3rd and 5. Atwell sent in motion here. That's complete. It's McLaughlin. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or two short.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He'll get this complete. It's Lamb again. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Now they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
This one is hooking, and he missed it. No good, wide to the left. And this will remain a 2-possession game.
Well, no excuses here, Mike. This is pretty clear. He just flat out pulled it and winds up missing it wide left.
Here we go, son.
On the handoff, this is Cora. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Here's Fields, choosing to keep this one. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
And this is an area of the game where Justin Fields really excels. His ability to not only improvise, but also be used as a designed runner. And in this case, that's exactly what this offense does, and he picks up a nice gain.
On the ground, it's Corum. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Fields now. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Fields from the pistol. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss. They're all set to punt this one away, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. to the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it.
A gain of 12. First down, Cowboys.
Back to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
A gain of 43 yards.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
They'll look to throw again. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Kick is good. Makes the score Steelers 31, Cowboys 28.
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Here we go. Set.
On 1st and 10, Fields. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. He's across midfield. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Extend. Here we go, set.
On 1st and 10, it's Quorum. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. Second down and 8.
Here we go. Set.
They'll drop to throw. That's brought in right side by Pickens. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Go.
Running forward is Cora. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Here we go. Good night.
So this one in the win column for the Steelers. That is now 6 consecutive victories. They are making it look easy out there as they continue their winning ways. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.